Ike Diaz live. We live with Daniel Chair, miles higher than the rest. What's going on, Daniel Chair? All right, just give me a second, guys. I have the mic real quick with him because this is the first time I'm actually using this. We got this far along, so I know I'm not gonna have a problem here. I know what it is. You have your mic muted on your end, dude. You got to unmute your mic. Ike Diaz live, Daniel Chair. Yeah, it says that you're muted, dude. That you muted it. So you have to take off that All right, should be good now. All right, could you hear yourself over there now? Let me know if anybody's in the chat, if you guys could hear us. I don't know who's all here still. It says a few people are here. Let me know. Brother Rick Swain, what's going on, man? Could you hear us in the chat, Rick Swain? We're having a trouble with audio on Daniel's end. Let me know if you can hear us in the chat. Let's see what I got to do here. I'm working on it, Daniel. There you go. Now what's up? Say what's up.
What's up?
Ike Diaz live, Daniel Chair.
Can you
hear? I can hear you now, but hold on, let me make sure.
No.
All right, we're good. We're good. You can.
Hey there, Isaac. Waiting for ideas. We got technical difficulties. Ike shut himself out. Oh, there he goes. He got it.
There we go.
What am I
we live up in here.
Right there.
Ike Diaz live with Daniel Chair. Miles higher than the rest. It goes down.
So with the best 303-41510, you know what it is.
All right, Vonnie, could you hear me now? Brother Rick Swain, could you hear me? Are you guys there? Looking Glass. I think we got it. I think we got it under control. It only took about 2 hours to figure it out, but we got it. We got it cracking.
That's just because we're old, man.
I'm young. You're old. Shoot, I'm young. I'm young, handsome, man.
I'm young, old, and ugly. Big, fat, and ugly, like whatever.
You're Biggie Smalls fan, South.
Are you drinking Kool-Aid?
Cherry Pepsi player, Cherry Pepsi. But I'm going on my 30 days again without it.
7-Up and pomegranate juice.
All right, so let's get into this. Friday, December 7th, the Mandela Effect came out. And thank you, Vonic. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, man. This is the first time I actually got to use it. Brother Rick Swain, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. The camera even looks better through Streamlabs, StreamYard. I said it wrong. Shout out to StreamYard. I said it wrong. But anyway, thank you, Brother Rick Swain. Thank you. Oh, Fly Me, what's going on? Thank you, Fly Me. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. We got Fly Me in the house. We got Vonic. We got Brother Rick Swain. And we have Looking Glass. Who else is here today? Oh, Trent's up in the house with us. Make sure if you join in, say hello to everybody. Everybody gives everybody a shout out. Like I said, it's my first time on. It's my first time on StreamYard officially. Officially, it's my first time on StreamYard. I did a test run the other night and it went pretty good. So yesterday I went ahead and I rented the movie The Mandela Effect. Okay, so this is where I said I talked to it today to do a real quick review on it. And then we're going to talk a little bit, because I don't really ever get into the Mandela Effect. I refer everybody over to Stavely because Stavely is on it. You know what I mean? Hey, Beth, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Stavely's on the Mandela Effect. If you want to know everything about the Mandela Effect, I always say go over to Stavely, because I'm more about the FE movement and stuff like that. I'm in the Mandela Effect along with Daniel Che. He's in the Mandela Effect. He didn't realize it till I started bringing it up to him. Then he started realizing that the things have changed on him, his reality. You know what I mean? But we've talked about the quantum pollution and things like that. So he does know that there's stuff going on with that. So he does get the. I was going to say gist, but I don't know if that doesn't sound good. He does get what we're trying to talk about here. But happy FE Tuesday to everybody. This is a FE Tuesday. It's an FE Monday on Tuesday. Yeah, he's a heliocentric enthusiast. So you guys could go ahead and terrorize him if you like.
My cousin, he loves that word heliocentric. My brother. But debates about the flat Earth and the round Earth, but we meet in the middle. We'll get to that. We meet in the middle on a lot of topics.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that, man. Don't worry. We'll get to that. We'll talk about that here in a second, guys. So I'm gonna just go through the review real quick on the. I didn't get to see, because I know Karen B and Stavely, they had a 2.5 hour review on the movie. My review is not going to be that long. At the end of the movie, they gave you a chance to give up to 5 stars on it. I gave it 3.5 because I think they tried to present it, but I think they went wrong a lot of places. I still want to watch some other people's review to see what they say, but I think that they really went wrong in a lot of situations. I can't tell if the hold on, let me check. I'm checking something real quick. I can't tell if the chat is up to date, guys. I think the chat's is barely catching up, but it's all good. So here's my my real quick review, and then I'll cap it off, and then me and Daniel Check could have a small debate. I don't like to get into debates about the heliocentric model versus the FE model, but we will talk about it at the end. Because this is FE Monday on Tuesday. A lot of people know I do this. This is actually episode 29 of FE Monday, so it's pretty cool that I've made it this far. This is a vlog 116, but episode 29. So this is pretty cool. So I finally got the movie. I watched it yesterday. I watched the whole movie. I know got that on. I watched the whole movie. Spoiler alert. I didn't get to put that in the description. Spoiler alert. If you have not seen the movie, stop this right now. Go back and watch the movie. If you have a chance to stream it or however you want to watch it, go back and watch it and then come back and hear what we have to say about the movie. Okay. The movie's not that great, but it opens up the rest of the world to the Mandela effect. And the other thing is that they only, in Colorado, I looked it up, and there was only one place that actually had it showing, and it was in Colorado Springs. And I was actually going to drive down there, me and my son, for his birthday. His birthday was on Saturday. Happy birthday to Ike Jr. So proud of him. I was going to drive down to Colorado Springs, see the movie at that one theater. I never even been to it. Wouldn't even know how to find it, but I was going to drive 2-hour drive to go check it out. But anyway, back to the movie real quick. So the movie starts out. The movie's about a family, a wife and a man and their 6-year-old daughter. And it starts out them on the beach. And see, this is why I say they really confused it. Let me backtrack just a second. I don't want to throw everybody off that's here, but I watched the movie about a year ago with I talked about it last night with everybody that was here. Fly Me and Brother Rick Swain and a couple other people were here. Vonic, I think you might have been here. I'm not sure. I talked about a movie with Keanu Reeves that they put out. It was about cloning, and what they really messed up is because they said the movie was about cloning, but what they did was they confused everybody because they used AI and they used cloning in the movie. I know Brother Rick Swain, my brother Daniel Che here, he's a baller still. He's on the fence. He's one of those guys that don't believe in the heliocentric model, or he don't believe in the FE model, but we're working on him. So, but get him while I explain this to you. But anyway, so this movie that was put out confused everybody. So I know a lot of young kids know about it because they study about. They have YouTube. They stay home all the time and they smoke their reefer or drink their 40s and they watch these YouTube videos. So of course they're gonna understand what this is about. They don't have, like us. We're working all the time and on the go, busy. So we don't get a chance to watch all those videos, that are out. But there is. So the movie confused everybody. I think it was confusing because they didn't really let everybody know what the difference was between the AI and the cloning. The movie really didn't do that. This was with Keanu Reeves, and Keanu Reeves is a big movie star. You know what I mean? He's really well known. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows who Keanu Reeves is. This isn't an actor that's just a B movie guy. And this movie didn't go out to the main theaters. It only went out to like the cheap theaters, like the $2 or $3 movie theaters. So the point I'm making here on that one is that it was a movie that was put out to confuse everybody about cloning and about AI. People shifting their consciousness into the AI, and that's where the future of the world, according to these high dollar scientists. I call them high dollar because they're paid by the establishment to tell us whatever the establishment wants us to know. So basically they're putting these the minds of these rich people into these AIs, and that's where they mixed everybody up when they should have either, before I get into the Mandela effect, they should have either in that movie they should have either said the movie was strictly about cloning or strictly about AI and what they're doing with AI. So that's my point on that. That's why I said everybody got confused with that. And I think that that's the problem here with this movie. They really set this movie up to where it was going to confuse everybody because of what they put into the movie. Because they put three different elements in the movie. They put quantum pollution in there. They added CERN. They used Geordie Rhodes, D-Wave. They used everybody in there. Bill Nye, the fake science guy. Who's the black actor? NASA guy. Tyson. They had Tyson in there. They had all these guys that talk about CERN, quantum pollution, quantum physics. They had all these guys in the movie, and so and the other thing is they had a lot of the basic Mandela effects that we all know, that we've already encountered. They didn't have anything new to present us. So this movie was for the beginning Mandela effect person, but it's controlled opposition with Hollywood. So they made it to where it was kind of like a joke. People were going to look at it, oh, this is funny, whatever, good movie, whatever, they're not going to really take it serious because of the fact that it's controlled opposition. And that's why I said what they did was they mixed time travel, which I love time travel. I watch every time travel movie that's ever came out. I've watched it. I probably got dozens of movies on time travel. They used quantum pollution in this movie. They used simulation in this movie. So they confused everybody. Was the movie about simulation? Was the movie about time travel? Obviously, they built a D-Wave. When the guy went and talked to the professor, I forgot the professor's name right now, but when the dad who lost his daughter at the beach went and talked to the professor, he talked about the D-Wave, how he helped start the D-Wave at his college, but then was kicked off the program. And then when the daughter was brought back, the daughter was actually brought back. So basically, they laid this movie out as a computer simulation, as a matrix. That's what this movie was. So that's why I said it's going to confuse a lot of people. If they're not studying quantum physics, if they're not studying time travel, if they're not studying all the above, simulation theory, matrix theory, they're not going to understand this movie. They're not going to get the point of the movie because it's too confusing for most people to understand. It really is. And that's why I think it was like straight to video and not straight to the movie theater. And the other thing is, I've been a part of the Mandela effect for about 4 years now. And the first one that got me was Sinbad. I really didn't know because I really didn't remember if Sinbad actually played a genie. But I always get people on that one because people still to this day don't know if Sinbad was actually in a genie movie or not. If you're in the chat still, go ahead and write down the name of the movie, guys. I'll say the one I remember is Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal. That's the one I know personally. It's crazy on here. You can send private messages, man. I didn't know that. That's a trip. But back to the movie. So in the movie, the guy lost his daughter. The guy's mission was, since he's been rewriting video games his whole life, he thought that once he talked to the physics teacher, professor, he thought that maybe there was a way to get his daughter back because of the simulation. I think somebody else jumped in. I didn't send no other emails out, but we just got an alert that somebody else jumped in. Well, if you jump in, say hello, but I didn't send any more emails out. Maybe that's the way StreamYards works. But anyway, so through this whole process, the guy ended up bringing back his daughter. And like I said, spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen the movie, go back and see it. It's not that great of a movie, but it's worth watching because if you're into the Mandela effect like we are, because I think the Mandela effect, FE, all these things all coincide with each other because of the fact that they all came up pretty much around the same time. Some people have earlier experiences than others, but as far as I'm concerned, I came out around four years ago. And it took me 2 or 3 years to do the research on all this stuff. Like, I didn't start talking about it till on my own channel for like a year. I made my own channel just to talk about the FE movement. but I was talking about it on KBLP and LLC4 and KBLP podcast about 2 years ago. But I didn't come out officially as Ike Diaz Live talking about the FE movement. And that's what I'm doing now. So the point of the movie, I think, is controlled opposition to make everybody think, it's a simulation, it's a matrix. That's what we're in. They even kind of pointed it out that they're kind of hiding the creator in the movie, and that's what all this was about. They're trying to hide God. So at the end, it was one of those bad endings where, hey Didi, what's going on? Shout out to Didi, Life with Dina. It was one of those bad movies. I don't want to drag everybody through the movie, but it was one of those bad movies that ended with basically restarted. It restarted from the beginning. So everything was going to start over. It was like a loop, a time loop. That's why I said it's going to be confusing for the people who are not used to. If you're used to time travel movies, yeah, it's going to make sense at that point. But if you're not used to quantum pollution or quantum physics or CERN or Geneva, Switzerland, or any of those things, you're just not going to get the movie. And I think that's the point that Hollywood was trying to make with this movie, because I don't think they wanted people to know what's really going on. I think that, they hide a lot of stuff. They hide a lot of stuff from all of us. And I think that this movie was part of them hiding it. The other thing is that I wanted to bring up is it takes 20 or 30 years before they actually come out with a movie about something like this. And from my understanding, 2012 is when it kind of kicked off, when it started heating up. But, as far as me goes, this was like 2015, 2016. So that's 4 years, but 6 years, or since 2012, that's 7 years. So going on 8 years now. So for them to come out with a movie this quick on the Mandela effect is pretty interesting to me. So getting over to you. So wrapping up the whole movie, the Mandela effect, would I go watch it? That's one of the questions. Yes. Would I pay for the movie? I recommend not paying for the movie. If you can stream it for free, if you got access to it, stream it for free, because you might be disappointed. If you're a movie buff, which I'm not into movies or anything no more. I just did it so I could kind of recap it. If you're a movie buff, don't do it because you're going to upset yourself. 3, the movie is just not for people who are so into their laptops and Facebook and tweakers and Snapchat and all those different things. Was that somebody else? Somebody else in with us? Danny, was that you? It keeps sounding like somebody else is added to our things, because I know on the people could jump in on old Hangouts. So if you're well versed, or if you've studied all these different places, then you will understand the movie a little more. So if you understand the way quantum pollution works, or CERN works, or Daniel calls it God's quantum wave. If you understand how a lot of that works, then you'll be able to understand the movie a little better. But if you don't, you're going to go into the movie a little confused. So make sure you pray before you watch the movie, that you can understand it, because a lot of things is based on prayer, and so that you can understand it as you go into the movie, and you could understand what the movie's trying to tell you, because they are still trying to give us little they drop little hints on us, little tidbits on us. And yeah, they wanted to throw us off with the controlled opposition, but for the most part, they're still giving us, they're basically saying that it's real. You know what I mean? It's real. The Mandela effect is real. They just didn't get into really any of the big Mandela effects. They got into the Bernstein Bears. I'm going to tell you real quick, and I mentioned this before. The only reason I know that the Bernstein Bears were not the Bernstein Bears is because in 1994 and 95, this is when I was really into the Denver Broncos, we had a running back called Rod Bernstein. His name wasn't Bernstein. So we would put those 2 and 2 together, because you can remember I got 8 kids, and my kids were little at the time. So I would say when we had those books, we had those Bernstein books, Bernstein and Bernstein. I would say, well, we got a player with the same name as the Bernstein Bears, and I think the Broncos had made fun of him a little bit with having the same name as the books. So it's pretty interesting, guys. So capping that movie off, go watch it. I know brother Rick Swain last night, he said that he didn't want to watch it because he heard it wasn't very good. It's pretty true. It's not very good of a movie. I'm actually going to rewatch it. Brother Coffee House is in the house. Hello, brother Coffee House. This is FE Monday on Tuesday, number 29. I didn't get a chance to put it in the chat, but this is FE. Is that your phone, Danny, or what?
Yeah.
Danny. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering what all that beeping was in the background, player. Brother Coffee House is in it. Tony's in the house with us. Thank you, Tony, for stopping by.
That would be cool.
Okay, so let's talk. We're gonna go ahead and since we wrapped up that movie, we're gonna go ahead. Me and Danny, we're gonna talk a little bit about the Mandela effect, our personal connections to the Mandela effect. And if you guys have any connections to Mandela effect, please join in and let us know what you guys know about the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
So Danny, what's up? Go ahead.
Good. That quantum pollution, it messed a lot of things up, man. It changed the reality of our reality. They holes, little, shit like that. They created a lot of problems and issues, man, with our basic reality. Messing with shit that they shouldn't be messing with.
Okay, go ahead. Before we go into any Mandela effects, go ahead and finish off what you're saying there.
What are you doing?
I'm just saying hello to people in the chat real quick, dude.
House. Hi, Beth.
Go ahead and finish what you're saying while I'm typing this in real quick. I want to make sure that everybody knows.
No, I was just talking basically how the quantum pollution and they disrupted it by them trying to mess with it. And that quantum wave is what forms disturb our reality.
And where do you think the direction of this is going now that we know that they're disturbing our reality?
Well, things are going to get worse, man. Bigger things are going to change. We're bringing in information and data from other dimensions on top of ours, and we're basically having different realities are fucking collapsing on each other.
Yeah, remember the bombs, the F. But go ahead. You got it. You're speaking your game. Bomb? The Fs. Go ahead, finish up, man. I'm listening to you, dude.
Well, I'm done.
I'm listening to you, player.
I'm tired.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead. You're tired. It's just gonna get I can't say the F bomb. The F. They're gonna get me. That's an algorithm. The not the F, but the second part that I said. I already know they're gonna hit me on that, but
because we say
so. Dude. I hope I didn't forget anybody. I'm trying to say hello to everybody real quick because we have 11 people. Or we got 7, but we had 11 here for a second. So give me, before we go into any, because I just wanted to go into a few Mandela effects, some big ones that we both know. Give me some of your thoughts on CERN and Geneva and in Geneva, Switzerland. And also, I had sent you the message about that ITER machine. Remember, I told you they're trying to destroy. Hey, Tragic FE, how you doing? Haven't seen you for a while either, man. A lot of people were coming up I haven't seen for a while. We're just doing the quick review on the Mandela Effect movie that I watched yesterday. I'm probably gonna rewatch it again. Spoiler alert if you didn't get to watch it. Yeah, Daniel was supposed to watch it with me, but he didn't get a chance to watch it. Hey, Cartoon Ball, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So go ahead back to CERN and the quantum pollution that you're thinking.
No, things are going to. They're trying to open a portal to bring in an interdimensional being, and they're opening small portals here, there, and they're bringing in other type. I would call it quantum influx. That's fucking around with our reality. That's messing around with our realities. And things are going to change. Bigger things are going to change, and people are going to start noticing them. People that are asleep are going to start waking up and noticing them, that things are changing around them.
That's the big problem, is people are asleep and they're not realizing the changes that are happening. And I mentioned this last night. Is people that understand the Mandela effect is people that are over 30, because the people under 30, I know a couple of my buddies here that are listening. They said that they know some people younger than 30, but in my my activism that I go out and do, it's mostly people over the age of 30 years old that even understand the Mandela effect, because a lot of them really don't understand it. And then they hear these little goofballs that are paid and they got 500,000 views come on and say, oh, it's your bad memory. No, it's not our bad memory. These are the things that we grew up on, that we listened to back then. They don't realize that there wasn't very much. So something like the Publishers Clearinghouse, which my mom is deep into, they don't realize that we watch that 50 times a day, because we only have 3 channels back then. So that's what and they're trying to say it's our bad memory, and it's not our bad memory. It's actually the memories that we really have, and that's true. And it did say that in the movie, it was layers of realities coming into each other. You know what I mean? And of course that movie is going to say that. Of course it's going to say that realities are colliding. The other thing is, like, Jordy Rose was the first one I've heard say that they're already talking to interdimensional beings. You don't hear them saying they're talking to extraterrestrial beings. You hear them saying that they're talking to interdimensional beings, and that's where they're getting some of their info. That's where they're getting a lot of their information to redo this. So they're talking to these people and they're getting information, and that's how all this technology is coming about. So I think that they've been doing this longer than what we even could think is possible, man.
Oh yeah, they've been doing this. They've been doing this since call it Industrial Revolution.
So when you have a person like Jordy Rose saying he's talking to interdimensional beings, he's sending messages over and they're sending them back. So you obviously could understand that they're sending us messages that on how to build up this technology. Hold on a second. Cartoon Ball, I'll check. I still have because I rented it. It's 48 hours on the movie, so I was thinking about that already. If I do it, the only place I could do it through is Facebook. I could do a Facebook Live, and I could run it through Facebook Live. I have a friend because I actually asked Jenny one of my friends that's on Facebook, and she said that she would do it. She would come over and she would run that movie. But that's the only way I could think I could do it is run it like Facebook. I watched the fight. So I'm not in the sports no more. Everybody knows that. But I watched the fight on Facebook and I just mirrored it to my TV and it came out perfect. It was like the whole fight was I watched the whole fight with no problem. So yeah, let me look at that. You got my number, right? Yeah, I was gonna watch his channel last night too, but I didn't. I got wiped out last night because I went on live last night. I know you were here. After I was tired during the live stream. I know you remember I was wiped out, and I actually went to bed like an hour or two after the live stream was over. So, but it was a really good live stream. We had a really great live stream last night. We're having a really good one right now. Let me see. Okay, yeah, send me his email, man, and I'll talk to him. And then let me get your number too, Cartoon Ball. That way, because now that I got this down, I want to bring you on as a guest on one of the FE Mondays. Because every week I'm gonna have a different guest on, or because I'm doing FE Monday every other Monday, so every other Monday I'm gonna have a different guest on. So I want to bring you on as a guest too. So make sure you send me your phone number. That way we can connect and we can make this happen. Ike Diaz Live, the place to be. So our realities are changing, guys. Talking with Daniel Chad, both of us remember when we were kids, we grew up together since we was in diapers. You know what I mean? And I told him, do you remember the sun being bright white like it is now? Or do you remember it being yellow and far away?
The sun used to be yellow and far away. Now it's
and it's right above our head.
And I swear I feel like I'm in a different dimension, a different reality, because different foods taste different. Things are way different. I have pictures of like an old reality that I think was reality. I really believe this is wrong. Something's changed too much, to be the original reality that we were born in. Intertwined realities, like what do they call that? The quantum, the string theory and shit like that. They've crossed too much shit. They've opened, too many different portals to too many different dimensions, and they're changing things around us.
Yeah,
reality into something else.
We're going through it every day, Danny.
Oh yeah.
Every day we wake up, something in our reality could change.
Yep.
So I know you keep saying that I got shorter over the years. Was that? Do you feel like that's one of your Mandela effects, or do you think that that's just part of life?
I don't know. It could be part of life, but you were taller. But I have pictures
I'm still the same height, dude. 6 foot, 6'1". I'm still the same height. I haven't changed, dude. We can measure it anytime you want.
Yeah.
But that could be based on that could be based on a Mandela effect, man. That could be part of it, dude.
Yeah, because by them messing with the quantum wave and the quantum particles, they're messing with that is only adjustable by thought. Thought controls the quantum wave. But these people they're up to basically evil. They're playing with science that they shouldn't be playing with.
Go ahead, man. I'm listening to you. Go for it.
They want to bring something out. They want to bring something bigger, the fallen, the Apollyon. They want to bring just to see what happens, thinking they can control it.
Wow. According to Jordy Rose, he goes into H.P. Lovecraft, and if you've read any of H.P. Lovecraft's books or anything, I know Denise, who works on KBLP LLC, she gets all of his books, and he writes about these titans, these giants, above Nephilim that are like 200 feet tall, and we talked about it. They're like horse horses with heads or with men heads, and just some of the mythical creatures that we grew up on. You know what I mean? Like in these books that we read when we were kids. And,
like
and these are basically
shit like that.
Yeah, and these are basically what Jordy Rose is saying that's going to come over, and according to his words, I could have played the clip. I got the clip, but he says that they're not going to, like, we don't care about ants, how we step on ants. They're not going to care about us. You know what I mean? They'll just step. Hey, Gina, what's going on? Thank you for making it over. Yeah, I know you were over on Danny's live stream when we were over there, but thank you. I appreciate it. I think she likes you, Danny.
No, she likes you, bro. Come over, cook dinner for you. You know what I mean? Toss the salad.
Oh. Hey, slow down, player. Slow down there, brother.
Don't mind me. I'm a pervert.
No, don't say that stuff on here. Yeah. We believe in Jesus, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wish I would have a quantum. Excuse my language, but I wish I'd have a Mandela effect on my dick. Next morning, it'd be like 12 inches. I'd be like, damn, hell yeah, Mandela effect. I remember.
Okay, man. Let's not get all into that. Let's get back to the seriousness of this, man. You know what I mean? Like crazy, but you're crazy, man, dude.
That's possible. It's very possible. Things could change. I'd be like, hell yeah, Mandela effect had my back. No, but it's serious.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I talked to you about this before, and I don't know if I've ever brought this up on a live stream, but I went for years, and my mom didn't pass away till 2012.
I was just about to say something about that. Yeah. I'm sorry. Finish.
And I went for 3 or 4 years where, in my memory right now, I don't remember her being alive for when she was alive for 3 or 4 years. I didn't talk to her. It wasn't like we were fighting or anything. It's just that she was not a part of this reality. And I wish I could go back and change that, because now, you know how much I miss her now. And losing her in 2012 was really hard. We're really hard on top of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that was part of a Mandela effect. That 3 or 4 year absence that I had with my mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me and Robin were really deep at the time. We had our own, we had our house over there on 101st, and we had our family life going, and everything was good at the time. So maybe, a lot of guys get into relationships and they don't talk to anybody in their family. And maybe I just went through that. You know what I mean? I feel bad if I did. I apologize if I did. But maybe I went through something like that. Maybe that's what I went through, and maybe but maybe it was part of the Mandela effect before we even knew what the Mandela effect was.
True.
So
the Mandela effect's gonna get so bad. We're what? One of these days, or it probably already happened, somebody woke up, goes downstairs, and they go to realize your mother's been dead for 2 years. And he'd be like, hell no. I just talked to her yesterday. It's going to be happening, and people are going to be flipping out.
I'm already hearing those stories, dude. I've talked to several people. You got to remember, I do activism every day, and I've talked to several people that are going through those same problems already. Like I got a buddy who said his mom died in 95 or 96 or something like that, 1996. And he says his mom's alive today. And I'm sitting here going, wow, that's crazy. And I got another buddy. The only reason I remember him is because you posted something on his music thing, dude. I don't know what you posted, but he put some question marks on it. Anyway, I'm positive that he put that his mom had passed about a year ago. And now there's pictures of him and his mom just recently, the last couple days. And I remember them going through the whole funeral and all kinds of stuff. And now all of a sudden his mom's alive. I'm grateful. I'm happy. But something changed right there in my brain. I don't know what it is. But what other big Mandela effects do you remember from us growing up that we could both relate to?
Yeah, you remember Gene Wilder?
Yeah.
In my Mandela effect, that fool already died. This will be the third time that motherfucker died.
Isn't he alive? He's alive still right now, right?
No, I think he should be dead. Okay, Google.
Gene Wilder, the one that was in the movie with Richard Pryor, correct?
Correct.
No, he's still alive right
Gene
now.
Wilder Alzheimer's disease, and he died on August 29th, 2016 in Stamford, Connecticut.
He died in 2016 of Alzheimer's.
Wow, I didn't even know, to be honest. And then he died 2 days before what I always tell you about September. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always spell it out to you, but I won't even say it right now because we're on the air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have to look at the numbers and see what 2016 it said, or 2017. What did it say right now?
What?
What did it say? What year? 2016 or 2017?
2016.
Okay, so 16, 18, 19. It comes up to 25. I don't know. I'd have to look into it a little more. I honestly didn't even know, dude. I thought he was still alive, dude. Personally,
yeah.
I thought he was still alive, dude. So I don't know.
He died twice since I've been alive. But then all of a sudden he dies. He was alive again. Then he dies in 2016. That's just weird.
Oh, see, I'm not getting. Hold on, I'm not getting the messages. I just saw that Cartoon Ball left some messages in a. Let me see what it says real quick, because it's saying that I can't see them for some oddball reason. Yeah. What the heck is that about? Oh yeah, Cartoon Ball saying that he was Willy Wonka. I don't know why Cartoon Ball's messages are not coming up in the regular comments. I don't know if it's behind or what. Oh wait, let's see. His comments are coming up in the, like, your comments were coming up in the oddball comments, like, weird. Oh, thank you for that, Cartoon Ball, for the numbers and the email. All right, Cartoon Ball, I'm gonna get a hold of you on that too, man, so we can get this. We can get our live stream together, and then he Cartoon Ball was talking about him playing in Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka, too much was. And that it was filled with propaganda. Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
So thinking back,
Willy Wonka is one of those movies that be remembered. Something that'll always be remembered. You know what I mean? Willy Wonka is one of those things that they want you to always remember, and it by overlapping dimensions and with what they're doing with the quantum wave and the quantum pollution, but they make sure that people will remember. You know, they know what they're doing. They're doing this shit on purpose.
Yeah, that's very true, man. That's very true on that end, dude. As far as what they're doing. Thinking back to Willy Wonka and the propaganda in that was so amazing. Now that I think about it, remember us being a kid, them trying to find the golden thing, and then all the experiments that were going on inside of that chocolate factory. You know, the stuff that they were doing, taking kids and stuff like that. But it was all smiles and laughter to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, this stuff is really going on now with the rich. You know, I don't want to say too much. Yeah, I know, dude. That's like, I remember today's the 10th, man. They're taking away channels. We got to be kind of, yeah. It's right on that. You know what I mean?
Don't let them censor you, man. Don't let him censor you, brother.
I know we're gonna have to do a thing with a thing across our mouth tied up with the American flag, and you know what I mean, tied around our mouth so we can't talk.
In reality, what the Willy Wonka factory is, it's basically CERN, what they're doing with children, how they could use children's brains to alter their perception of reality. All of the chemicals and the electronic shit, it's all the same. You know, it all intertwines, you know. Little kids peer with their third eye, helping open their third eye, maybe open portals that way. You know, a lot of experiments were happening with the they were into that shit big time. See, occultism and science, all that shit is the same. We just, you can call it science, call it witchcraft.
That's why they call it scientism. That's what they call scientism, bro.
Yeah, it's a manipulation. You know, they're trying to manipulate the quantum wave. You know, the third eye, if our third eyes were open, we'd be able to manipulate, change our realities, create things from nothing. It's crazy, and they put that shit right in front of our face and laugh at us. Little kids are watching Willy Wonka and shit, not knowing what it really is.
All them shows, like I mentioned last night, I talked about it. I said we're all under MK Ultra. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the honest truth. I think they took the experiments that they did all them years, and they realized how to use it through the television, how to use it through the music, how to use it through any kind of wavelengths that we have, and they use it on us, dude. So if you got a scrolling mirror, if you got any kind of device, they could use that technology against you right now.
Yeah, through sound and vibration.
Go ahead and speak for a second. I'm gonna grab me some more pop. Dude, my pop went out.
Right, go ahead. Everything is through quantum theory is created through vibration. You know, it's created through vibration, and it manipulates all the molecules, cells, neutrons, neurons, everything, every type of particle that you can possibly imagine. What they do is they use that and they put it right in front of our face, and they manipulate us, and they try to desensitize us through, like Isaac says, through their MK Ultra, to what's really going on, and to make it seem normal, and that's just part of life and what they're doing, and it's just entertainment, and it doesn't have meaning. You know, symbolism and has meaning to these people that are trying to control what we're doing in life, control our lives. They want to control our lives, and our souls are not meant to be enslaved. They've been just, since our souls have been in these bodies, people have put us enslaved because we forgot who we were. You know, and now the truth is coming out. They're trying to manipulate. They're trying to manipulate things. They're trying to bring back old ways where we were enslaved as a people. Getting me some soda, some 7-Up and pomegranate juice. Willy Wonka is one of those things they want you to remember, and they want to desensitize people to the reality of what they're really doing.
And we're all stuck in that system, man. We're all stuck in it, and like I always say, when you could step out of it, and when you look back at it, and you can see how confused these people really are when they're still listening to this music, and they're following these trends of these music artists, and they're following the trends of
and they're laughing skinny jeans, rappers nowadays, they sing, you know, used to sing before. That's R&B. You know, that ain't hip hop.
Hey Reggie, what's going on, man? Thanks for being here. Thanks for posting those videos for me, man. I appreciate it, man. We're getting better and better at it, man. All we got to do is keep posting them, and Danny's going to start doing those little skits with us. So if you go to Team FE's page, you can see a couple of the little skits I've done so far. and me and Daddy are going to be putting up some more. We're going to do comedic skits. The reason I know it sounds weird because I'm in the truth movement, guys. I know it sounds weird, but I need something to get away from always every day waking up to, because like I said, I'm in the FE community every day. It never changes. I have to talk about it. I have to go out and I have to do activism, every day. So it's not. So I have to do other stuff to keep all these things off of my mind. Because Danny makes fun of me. He says I'm gonna end up like Mel Gibson in that movie that I want to see.
Yeah, this fool right here, this dude right here done turn into Mel Gibson. If he starts locking up his food and his refrigerator and shit, and locking up everything and locked and shit, man. If he starts,
I already do that. I've been doing that for a year. If you ain't been to my house, I got water stacked up. I got everything, dude. Like it's, you're missing the point, dude. Like,
I wish we had the money to buy a bomb shelter, to build one, buy a little piece of land, build a bomb shelter.
I already got that land, and in March I'm gonna start building underneath. I'm gonna start building a container, a south container underneath, because I got 2,000 acres. So I'm gonna start building the container underneath there, so that way I can get people out there. You know what I mean? I was gonna retract my message with my phone number. Cartoon Ball, it's not on the screen. It's in the private messages. Your phone number. But hold on, let me grab it real quick because I'm gonna be calling you. It's in for some oddball reason. There's like on here. It's not the messages. Some of the messages, even Danny was writing earlier, and his messages were going to the private messages. So let me find that again. Excuse me. I always I'll put my number in the chat too, because I use my personal number in the chat, and then because I have my work number too.
Yeah, ain't it crazy?
Once I get a hold of you, Cartoon Ball, I'll give you my work number too. What's crazy, Danny? My bad. I was interrupting you there.
How they used to show in the old cartoons like He-Man and shit. He-Man going into different dimensions and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, I think the Flintstones, and they put the Flintstones back on the air. I think the Flintstones kind of opened us up to the FE movement. They opened us up to. I'm at the top of the chat. Should I go to live chat? I don't know how this one works, man. It's the first time I've been on this one, to be honest with you, Cartoon Ball. You're in the right place here, but the messages that you had sent a little bit ago, it didn't come out. Like I said, it's going to my private chat for some reason. I didn't even know we had a private chat. I really didn't. But I'm learning on this new StreamYard. Like I said, this is the first time I'm live streaming on this one. It's the first time that I know my computer's like off, or the screen. Let's see, I'll try to fix it. There we go. Oh, it's because I keep pulling them to the right. There we go. Ike Diaz live. Hey, Vonic, thank you. Always live chat. That's cool, man. Thank you for being here, Vonic. So always live chat. Top chat is Z selection. Live chat is all messages. Okay, I got to figure it out on here. See, that's why I was trying to go on live with you and Carla Red Pill that night, so I could figure that out. Just a few little things that you guys already had been the working through. But thank you for letting me know. Because Danny, try to write in the chat again one more time, dude. I just want to check to see if you're coming up in the chat, or if you're coming up in the if you're coming up in the chat, or if you're coming up in the private messages. What do I do with my glasses? Oh, like I can't see. You're blind. You ain't seen. You need to wear sunglasses like DMC. The world's flat.
World's round. We're on a big
No, we'll get into that.
spaceship.
Hold on. I want to do a couple Mandela effects, a couple more before we have a little chat on that. You know what I mean? So
we can get into that later.
Give me two more before we go. Two more on no, we can just do some basic FE verse because I already put it in the description, dude. But give me two more Mandela effects before we go that you remember. Because I've talked about, like I said, the Mandela effects I talk about are the ones that I grew up on and the ones that are like always constant on my mind, like Publishers Clearinghouse and a few of the main ones. But go ahead.
Monocle that the Monopoly guy used to wear.
Okay, that was in the movie too. The monocle, yeah, he always wore the monocle. Now it's not there. It's gone.
Yeah, they say it's the Planner's Peanut guy. That's what Planner's Peanut guy had a monocle too.
Okay. Yes, I have a King James version, cartoon ball. I have several versions. I have the new King James right here next to me, but I have the King James on my bookshelf. And I have the Gideon.
The fucking pedophile. Ray, his son was a pedophile rapist.
Hey, let's not get into all that right now. Let's not get into none of that crazy stuff, dude. try Matthew 28:20. That's on a different live stream, dude. You know that. Remember we talked about that, dude. But anyway, so give me one more Mandela effect, and then we'll get into our FE verse. And then Vonnick said that the earth is round like a pancake. Round and flat. But give me a Mandela effect before we get into that. Come on, let's not do it. Yeah. We all know Jesus didn't have blonde. That I will admit. We know he didn't have blonde hair and blue eyes. We will admit that. But give me one more Mandela effect, dude, and then we'll end it out. We'll finish it off with a little bit about the heliocentric versus the FE model. But go ahead, give me a good Mandela effect that you remember.
Let me see. I can't think of any other ones right now.
I think was that the Matthew 28:20. Is that the Lion and the Lamb or the Wolf and the Lamb?
Oh yeah, that's
I can't remember. Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest ones that should change pastors, preachers, anybody to start looking into the FE movement and to start preaching the FE movement because that should have never changed. Okay, it's not. Okay, hold on. Let me check real quick. It's only. Oh, okay. I got it right here. Hold on. I'm going to have to use my Navage again because my nose is starting to get clogged up. 28:20. Teaching them to observe all the things that I have commanded you, and lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Amen. Yeah. Is it the same thing that says in that version, or is it something different? So if you're still with us, please post your Mandela effects real quick, and that way we can see if ours matches up with yours. So I don't know who's all still here. It says we got 10 people. Wait, it says we got 8 people. Read the word always again. See, why is the chat so slow? Hold on. My chat is like really slow. You got you opened up another window or something, Danny. Hold on.
What's up, man?
You got to close that other window real quick. Wait. Hold on. You got two windows open. Could you hear me? Could you hear me? Could you hear me now, dude, or what? I can see you. Hold on. I don't know why your second window opened up, dude. Your second window opened up right now on you. That's crazy. Okay, there you go. Hold on. I had you there for a second. There you go.
It. It's a Kuluminati, man. Kuluminati.
It went to your other stream where it said hi how.
Yeah.
Instead of Daniel, yeah, you needed to make sure. I don't know why your other one stopped, dude. The other one needed to be up so that we could advertise for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We were on a full screen a minute ago. Now we're on like a small screen, but that don't matter. So let's get into this real quick. Danny, every day when I talk to him, we talk mostly every day, 3 or 4 times a day, hours at a time. Like I said, we go really far back. I'm really great to have him on the channel. His description is in the chat, so please go to his page, subscribe to it. He's a little vulgar with his description of his. No, I'm just joking. But he does get really into some good conversation. So if you'd like to go by and check him out, he is a heliocentric enthusiast. I said the name wrong.
Heliocentric enthusiast.
But he thinks that he's on the borderline right now because he don't believe nobody knows until we can go out into a rocket and to see the Earth. But so explain what you're saying there.
Oh, it's all a theory and an opinion. In 1660, who they persecuted in 1616, the church persecuted him for saying that the world's not flat. But besides the point, when it comes down to it, it's all a theory until we ourselves as citizens can go up high what we need to see to find out the truth. Then that's what we need. But right now, the 1% controls everything, and they want to keep us a slave. They keep us confused and divided as a human being, as a race of beings. A race of beings who forgot who we were, and we're barely coming through an awakening. The body's evolving. Our mind's evolving. I don't mean evolution, but I mean the body's just growing. The mind's growing. It's getting more intelligent. And we're starting to go through a spiritual awakening. And they're trying to stop it, but they can't.
And I sit here and I explain to everybody how to have that awakening if they want it, because from my understanding, you're not supposed to have that extra eye open, but all it is declassifying. All it is cleaning it. All you got to do is use RO. Flatfish, what's going on? How you doing? Reality doesn't change, memories do. It's
a good theory, but reality, if you understand quantum physics, if our minds were sharp enough and our third eye was open, we weren't so polluted, we could literally change the quantum wave ourselves by thought. That's who God is. The great spirit is all quantum wave put together, which is Jesus, to tell us to preach about the energy of love, happiness, life, light. Our own thoughts can change reality because it goes down to the quantum particles. Quantum particles control atoms. Is made up of atoms. You can literally change reality through thought, and they've changed reality through with the deep and with CERN opening up little portals, open up little little dimensions and things like that, to other realities that are on top of infinite realities. Because if you think about it, you got one reality on top of one reality. Okay, well then that means that reality would have another reality. So there's limitless reality, and we're dipping into places that we don't know what kind of creatures are, what kind of interdimensional beings are, and then data they're sending through. So literally, we have demons possibly changing our reality to suit themselves. You know, if you get deep in quantum physics, you understand one statement: anything is possible. If the soul can think it, it's through quantum physics.
Yeah, Flatfish. I say the same thing. It's mathematically only. That's what I think. Quantum physics is probability mixed up with actual physics, and I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, is because the whole point of it, physics and the mathematical part of it, once they, like I said, people could understand physics if they understand basic math, but a lot of people just don't understand. They just never, people weren't taught calculus, people weren't taught these other mathematical situations. Formulas. So that's why I say that I study around physics. I don't study physics itself. I study around physics, so that way I can understand it a lot better. Because once you get into those mathematical formulas, you're going to be there forever and ever, and never ends. We all see it different, though. Yeah, a lot of people.
But when it comes to the quantum wave, you can't mathematically calculate anything about the quantum wave. So the quantum wave is possible. You know, if you study around it, you'll realize that the quantum wave through it. So that's why the greatest mathematicians in the world still can't figure out the quantum wave and understand how it functions.
It's because there's no ending with the mathematical sequences that are put in front of us, because you can go on and on and on and on and on. It just won't end, dude. And I know this for a fact, because I've been studying this for a long, the mathematical situation. I know for a fact, because I'm in the mathematical world. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I had a theory. I brought this up with Danny, and like I said, in 2012, CERN had went officially live years before that, but their main official adjustment to everything was 2012. And you know what? Maybe we did live on a heliocentric model until that happened, and then after that happened, they had to switch us to a different reality and put us on. This is just, I'm throwing some theories out there, some ideas, something to latch onto. If it happened, it did. If it didn't happen, it didn't. But you know, what if we ended up on a flat plane? We are on a flat plane. I know this. I'm a flat earther, so I know this. But here's the other thing: is what I don't give a lot of credit to is the hollow Earth theory, because I always mention concave, hollow, heliocentric, and of course the flat model, which is the model that I believe in. You know what I mean? So, there's things that changed my life. There's experiments that have made me completely, that I went out in the field and I did, that completely changed my thought on the way the world is. And then of course, you know, the lies from NASA, everybody knows, you know, that's a whole nother live stream. We can get into those live streams with the way NASA
lies. 99% of everything is they tell lies.
Yeah. So, Brother Rick Swain, if you're still here, you never let me know about how you felt about hashtag FE is mainstream from now on. So, because I know you do your hashtags with everything. So, I want to start doing hashtag is mainstream, and let's see if we can get it to catch on like we do not consent. You know how we do not consent blew up. Everybody was doing that, the hashtag we do not consent. So let's see what happens after today. As far as the FE, I get on so many debate shows. I know everybody's here has saw me on so many debate shows arguing our side, because like I said, I know more about the heliocentric model than an average person knows about the oblate spheroid that they call it. So that way I get on these debates, and I can actually talk about the FE movement, you know what I mean? And then we can keep the FE movement strong, because that's what we're in, guys. And like with Daniel, it's great that he's at least given, at least he's looking at it like those words that I think they're banned on social media or YouTube or whatever, critical thinking. I don't know why. I'm gonna do a live stream on it, but I don't know why they would be banned. I don't know why they would just let that critical thinking go, because everybody has, you know what I mean? Everybody should have their own opinion about stuff. You know what I mean? And what happens is everybody just goes along with the narrative, and they just say whatever the media says or whatever the government says. Nobody ever says, well, let me stop back. Let me take a step back and rethink this. I know I'm drinking. Let me see for a second. It's at the. Yeah. So no way to know what's at the North Pole region or around the ice wall. So I don't pretend to know, but I understand the sky clock and water is flat, period. No curve, period. You're right. There's no curve. 8 inches squared per mile. There's no curve. It's been tested over and over, and they cannot find a curve, guys. They're in so many places. And I know one thing I can bring up is Daniel Che. Make sure you check out Daniel Che's page. He says that we live in the Rocky Mountains and it's not flat. Well, that's not understanding the flat Earth model, because even on a flat Earth model, you're gonna have mountains even on a flat Earth model. On a concave model, on any kind of model, you're gonna have mountains.
Just think about this: gravity and the electromagnetic. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be back.
he let me see now. Why is that running so slow? Let me see real quick. I'm gonna see what it says. No curve, period. Let me see if it lights up on the other. I see Flatfish, just Flatfish. It reminds me of Manny Fish. I listen to a lot of Manny Fish. Let me see. See my chat, for some reason, I'm used to it on my when I go live just straight through YouTube, the chat, everything comes up like right away instantly. But on this one, the chat is like really slow. But I see you, Flatfish, just wrote a comment. Let me see real quick. Okay, so shoot, now it's on. Let me see. No way, North Pole, no curve. Nothing you see is ever by accident. Media is to cause plan changes. All media, even what I say is spygrammed. Is that what you pre-programmed on some level? But it says spygram. No, I haven't at Cartoon Ball. I don't know. What was that about with Cartoon Ball?
When it comes down to it, we are people that take control of what the 1% control, what the elite control. We need to stop arguing about semantics and get back into helping each other out, taking control of our world, of our flat Earth, our world, whatever we want to call it, this place that we live on.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. There's more to it. There's a lot more to it than I think people are thinking, because we could sit here and talk about semantics or whatever, any of those kind of words like that people get into and not really see the big picture of what's going on with the with what the controllers, the elites, are trying to do to us. You know what I mean? because they are trying to they are trying to control us. And I think that if we could stay away from the if we could break free from that system, even if like I've talked to you about I've talked to you, Danny, about hitting the road and just traveling, and that's it, dude. Because we're 40 years old now, dude. Maybe it's time. You know what I mean? We've been, we already raised our, I raised my kids, and I already, I spent 20 years with my wife. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we have to see the world, for what it is, and do more experiments. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Campanilla. Hey, Dad. Hey, Steve. What's going on? My son's here, dude. Say hi to Ike, Danny. Did you mute yourself again, dude? You muted yourself again. Why do you keep muting yourself, dude?
I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button.
No S on the word always anymore at Vonic. What word is that? Cartoon ball. I didn't see what you were talking about. I was telling. Did you? My son's here right now. Say hi to him, bro.
This is Daniel, man. Your daddy's cousin. How you doing, my brother?
He's at work right now, but at least he stopped by. He'll be getting off pretty soon.
Cool.
I can't believe it's already that late, dude. We've been streaming for like the last 4 hours, dude. We've been on for a minute, huh? We've been going at it. If you guys would have heard me on the last live stream, you guys would be tripping out. You guys would be like, "Ike talks like that."
Yeah, I know the real Isaac.
Cartoon ball. What did you mean by that, cartoon ball? Ike's my son. That's my youngest son, Ike Jr. And he is a flat earther. A smart person knows he is dumb. Whenever he says we know this is or know that, we should be saying we think. The only things I've ever known came to me, not from me. Flatfish, great that you said that. Just like I was talking to my cousin earlier, I was saying that he called me an intelligent man, and I told him thank you. I'm grateful. But I'm learning every day. I learn every day. I don't ever wake up and say I know everything.
No hope for the satisfied man. Once you stop learning, you're through. You learn every day.
I have to wake up and keep learning. There's just no way. There's no stopping me. Like I was sitting here trying to figure out how to film more, because I want to do this whole Eddie Torres movie. It's a sci-fi movie, a flat Earth movie, and I'm trying to figure out how to film the whole movie. I did like a small intro to it because I had already put a short film out of Eddie Torres. But I decided I want to do the whole thing, and but I have to learn. I have to learn how to use these programs, these editing tools. These just look at this right here. This what we're doing right now. It took me almost 4 months to figure this out. I lost so many guests because I had guests all planned up, dates were set, ready to go, and I lost so many guests because I'm not going to lose you. If you're going to come on as a guest, I'm not going to lose you anymore, guys. So I know Cartoon Ball is going to be coming on soon. The S is missing from the word, always in Matthew 28:20 in the original. Okay, King James version. Okay. I'm going to look at that when I get done, and I'm going to check that out. Oh, so okay, that's what you and Vonic were talking about. I wasn't sure what you guys were saying on that part. But yeah, I like I mentioned before, I learn a lot from you guys. Like everybody that comes in the chat, especially about the FE movement, I learned a ton from you guys that I didn't know before. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much stuff that I take from here, and I go out into the real world, which nobody goes out into, and I use that and I apply it to my everyday positioning and things that I want to do. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna check it out. The weird thing, Cartoon Ball, is I'm not that great at reciting, or I'm not that great at reciting what's in the Bible, especially now with all the changes. So I try to stay away from it unless I actually read it. And even when I read it, I have a hard time. Like 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 we've heard this from other live streamers, and I've said it, in the next generation, the kids are not going to be able to even read the Bible. And you know what? We're having a hard time now reading the Bible again. We've read the Bible several times growing up, and it's hard to read the Bible now. When I read the Bible now, I feel like I'm like in third grade trying to learn how to read, and I can read, guys. I read college books every day. I have to study because I do grants and all kinds of stuff. I fill out paperwork for all kinds of places. So and then you go, when you read the Bible, it's like really hard, guys. So I don't read the Bible no more. I study the Bible, because like I tell people, the Bible is a flat earth book. And I know a lot of people say that across the board, and it truly is, because there's over 200 verses in there that mention the flat earth. You know what I mean? And I did a video about a month ago, and I just did 5 verses, and they all talk about the earth being stationary. So they were great verses. So is there anything you want to cap this off with before we go, Danny? I'm trying to hold it to about an hour and 30, because we've been on for an hour and 25.
Check out my channel at Mile Higher Than the Rest. You know what the best, 303-415-10. You know what it is. No, I'm tired, man.
You're tired because you're old. No, I'm just joking. You got the what?
I got the old man syndrome.
Shit, you ain't lying, man. We're 40 years old already, man. We're 40. 40 years, we're in our 40s already, man. So, man, time flies by fast. We had some good times when we were kids, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's fun. I'm glad we got to do this, man. I hope everybody was happy with our live stream. I wish I could have did a better review on the movie. I just really wasn't that excited about the movie. I was really excited to watch the movie, The Mandela Effect, but I really wasn't excited like I should have been to do the live stream as much as I wanted to do the live stream about the review. I just really thought the movie was going to be better, but with controlled opposition, the movie's never going to be as good as you think it is, because Hollywood controls what they want us to know. You know what I'm saying? So if they want to put out little nuggets here and there for us, they will. But if not, they're not going to go into it. So once again, let me say later to everybody, and then we'll get out of here. Let me start at the top real quick, because I know we had some. Trent, thank you for being here. Looking Glass, Vonic, thanks for all the support, man. You're awesome. Brother Rick Swain, thank you, man. Fly Me, thanks for being here. And thanks for letting us know that you can hear our voice. Brother Rick Swain, Beth Morgan, Susan Clark, Brother Coffee House stopped by to say what's up. Tragic FE, thank you for being here. Tragic Flat Earth. Cartoon Ball, thanks for all representing, man. I'm going to be at your channel. I hope you go live a lot more, and then we're going to put our live stream together soon. So thanks for all the questions and all the comments, man. Gina Fowler. Call Danny. He wants you to call him. No. Susan Clark, Cartoon Ball, Beth Morgan. I'm going through a couple more. Vonic. Who else did we? I know we had a couple more. Flatfish. Thanks for being here. And thank you for the comments and the questions. And I hope we Ike, thanks for, if you're still here, thanks for stopping by. Steve was here. Thank you for stopping by, Steve. Ike said hi to you, Danny. I don't know if you saw that.
What's that?
Ike said hi to you. If we were to guess, I would say who wrote the Bible is today fulfilling it, planned from the day one. How I don't know. Yeah, youngsters. Cartoon Ball says youngsters. But anyway, also Flatfish says, if I were to guess, I would say who wrote the Bible is today fulfilling it, planned from day one. How I don't know. Yeah, see, a lot of people, even Daniel doesn't believe in a lot of the words of the Bible, but I do. I stick to the Bible because I study the Bible and I research it, and I try to get the most out of it that I can, because it's still here for a reason. And if they're trying to ban it, because they're doing the Bible ban in California, they've already put it on the book. This is like the 4th time they're trying to get rid of it. And then, in China, they're shutting down all the Christians. They're taking down all the pastors out there, putting them in prison, a bunch of crazy stuff with it. So if they're going after it that hard, there has to be something to it. There has to be a message that's being sent to us for us to try to figure out. And that's what I believe.
That's the message of Jesus about teaching the message of love to your brothers and sisters. Love one another. They don't want that message because they can't hide that. Even though the Bible was rewritten by man, they can't hide that message from Christ.
Guarantee, man. That's pretty crazy. Ike Diaz live. Daniel Cheb, make sure to check out. It's in the description for his link. Make sure you check it out. Every other Monday will be FE Monday. Because I have over 10 guests, guys, so I might be doing FE Monday every Monday. So make sure to check it out every other Monday. Me and Daniel Cheb, we're going to be doing a live stream talking about life on another podcast. So we're going to just talk about a lot of stuff that we've been through growing up and a bunch of different situations. So be on the lookout for that. I got these short clips I'm going to be doing, short movie clips, along with eventually shooting a full-length movie. I want to shoot a full-length Western movie, and we might be up in Arizona shooting that. So so it's going to be pretty cool, man. So Daniel Cheb, wrap it up for me real quick.
You know what it is, Daniel Che, miles higher than the rest. 3041510. You know what it is. Thank you for joining, everybody.
Ike Diaz live. Ike Diaz live. Have a great morning. Have a great afternoon. Have a great evening. Later, everybody.
Later. Yee.